Today I'm in the matcha capital of the world, otherwise known as Uchi, Japan, and I'll be eating and trying their matcha-based foods for 24 hours. But before we begin, Uchi is a small town south of Kyoto where you can find probably the best matcha in the world and has been known for this for centuries due to its pure river water and perfect climate for growing tea leaves. And even though there have been some reports of a matcha shortage earlier this year,
and you can partly blame TikTok.
There used to be this Amazon matcha powder that I get for a 30-gram tin. I used to buy it for roughly 35 Canadian dollars. Last time I checked, it's almost like $50 for the same tin.
if you come here, you still be able to find everything being heavily focused on its abundance of high quality tea and matcha. So much so to the point where you'll find a bunch of foods with matcha tea being a key ingredient like matcha burgers, matcha beer, matcha curry udon, matcha and hojicha desserts, gyoza, and pretty much anything your mind can think of. And today I'm going to try them firsthand and let you know my honest thoughts. Well guys, this is the Airbnb that I'm staying in. It's rather small just because I'm by myself for one, and it's technically a hostel as well. But the thing is, it's a private room, so I don't have to worry about having some strange roommates, I guess, and hearing them snore or whatever. And honestly, I really like it. It has a nice traditional vibe to it, and the tatami mats is also a nice touch. And just overall, again, I'm only going to be using this place just to sleep and kind of rest if I need to, including charge my stuff. But considering the price that I paid for it, I think this is perfect, honestly. I do have my bags right here, but of course there's some closet space, I'm sure. I think if I wanted to, or I did have more than one person with me, you could kind of just like unfold those and kind of share the space when you need to. But because it's only me, of course, there's only one mattress out at the moment. And actually not too far from my accommodation, I ended up finding it just like that. Here it is right over here. I've been wanting to try this for a long time now. Even though Shimama Burger has other amazing looking food, I came here for one thing only, and I definitely wasn't disappointed. So it looks like there's some kind of... It's rather unfortunate, but I realized that later on my microphone actually wasn't working properly in this clip. So I'm just going to tell you what it was like so you don't have to deal with the terrible audio. First off, the thing I thought was matcha powder was apparently a matcha seasoning that almost tasted like paprika, and although it does still have matcha in it, I think my biggest takeaway from this matcha burger experience was the fact that although we typically associate matcha with some sort of creamy or sweet food or drink, matcha typically also has a lot of umami included as well, that season 3 episode 17 of Food Wars probably would be able to explain better than me. But umami is the 5th basic taste that we sense other than sweetness, sourness, saltiness, and bitterness that gives you a savory flavor that's usually present in things like soy sauce, mushrooms, and even matcha if it's highly graded. So at first glance, when most Westerners like us might see a matcha burger, we're going to say that's weird. But if you really look at this place and see what they did, it was actually very big brain and actually complimented the burger even more, which was juicy, full of sweet barbecue sauce and teriyaki sauce that I couldn't identify. So now this burger literally just lives rent-free in my brain every day after leaving Uchi. Definitely a 10 out of 10 must try. Even though this isn't Uchi, it's still in Kyoto, and if you're going to unsubscribe after typing an angry comment, chill. I'm still showing every matcha food I had in Japan, no? Just hear me out before we get to the matcha curry and matcha curry udon. Whenever you go to Arashiyama to see the bamboo forest and monkeys, don't forget to go to this local stall and try one of these. It was warm, gooey, and actually one of the things I still think about to this day other than the matcha parfait, and maybe why everyone kept telling me I should visit a Soplan, especially since it's really cheap and affordable. The matcha curry and matcha curry udon were the most weird but S tier of the matcha foods that I had for this video. When you go into Ito Kyomon, you're not only greeted by a store full of amazing Uchi matcha and tea products that you can take home and try, but once your buzzer goes off and you go to your table, you're presented with a really nice view of a garden that you're able to enjoy your food with while eating. So starting off, they give us some hojicha, which for those that don't know is essentially a roasted sencha tea. It's a little more robust than your typical green tea. This is of course still green tea. It may not look like it, but it is. Some prefer this over matcha, but hey, to each his own. Wow, this looks good. So we can go for the Uchi Matcha Nishin Soba noodles, and this seems to be some kind of fish here. Got Parfait here, which I'm thinking about getting here, or I might go somewhere else. We'll see. I kind of want to explore a little bit. There's another Uchi Matcha Soba, which is kake, zaru soba. There's a lot of soba noodles here. But there's one thing I really wanted to try. The Uchi matcha curry udon. So I didn't know that there was also a hojicha curry as well. That's actually very interesting. So guys, just like that, I received the food and I got the kare hojicha matcha, and it looks like there's chicken on top. It looks so good. I'm so excited to try it. And we got the matcha udon. And look how green it is. It's so vibrant. It looks so dope. It's so hot. Without further ado, let's give it a try. I'm gonna try the kare udon first. First, let's taste the broth because broth with matcha just sounds so insane. It's so milky, smooth, creamy, and it does taste like matcha a lot. Actually, it still does taste like kare. Like, it still has the spiciness to it, all the seasoning. It's not too spicy, even though I do have a high spice tolerance. Let's get the noodles a try. Oh, that's fire. That's fire, bro. There's gotta be at least a 10 out of 10. This is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I can't find anything wrong with this. The portions, price, everything is definitely a 10 out of 10. Not too sure what this is. I think it's mochi, but it's very savory. I think it's like a very savory version of mochi. Like, the texture is literally the same, but the flavor is not sweet at all. It's really good though, especially when it's like soaking in all the broth. And the disclaimer though is, I would say when you're chewing the mochi and the noodles together, definitely take your time eating it, because it was definitely a choking hazard. I almost choked. So we're gonna have the hojicha side first with some rice. Oh yeah, I love this. It's like little pieces of meat on the inside, and it's like so savory. Like, it almost reminds me like beef stew almost. But the tea and the robustness of the hojicha definitely adds on to it. Once again, it's not too spicy. This is definitely not even close to like medium or anywhere near the upper Scoville levels. Let's get the matcha side to try now. And this tastes more like the traditional kare that you might have in Japan. Very spicy, it's lighter. Much lighter for sure. And it does taste like matcha, but again, it's not overbearing to the point where you feel like you're having like a matcha from Starbucks or something. I mean, if I'm being honest, it almost tastes as if it's kind of cheesy, and it might just have to do with the sauce that they make with the matcha. It's amazing, honestly. The presentation, the price that you pay for it was only about like 1,200 yen, 1,300 yen. It's a unique experience that I haven't been able to experience anywhere else in the world. So, but what if we mix a little hojicha and matcha? Bro, that's mad good. It's like the darkness and the lightness just like mixed together so well. The chicken's really good too. I should add. I had a little bit, but it's not really all that crazy.
A lot of you guys watching this may be saying, I don't know how he eats this. Matcha tastes like blended up grass with ants inside. And to be honest, you're probably right. If you guys are getting that cheap stuff that they sell in the US, or actually never had it properly made before, which is where I mentioned today's, just kidding, you should know that I'm not sponsored, which is why I need you guys to click the like and subscribe button so I can post more videos like these consistently and help us grow as a community. Matcha beer was probably one of the most anticipated things that I was really looking forward to trying, until I realized that I actually don't drink, and my review honestly wouldn't have been too insightful. So walking to a shopping area in Uchi, I stumbled upon this drink instead called amakaze. It's almost like a hot sake and still fermented, but not enough where you can actually get drunk from it or anything. Was it as good as the Matcha Parfait or the Matcha Uchi frat from McDonald's? Kind of. In my opinion, it was a 7.5 out of 10, and honestly, it kind of just tasted like you're having a sweet fermented matcha with rice bits inside. Although the bitterness of the matcha really helped balance out the sweet notes, but I still would recommend you try it if you have the opportunity to. And if that wasn't enough tea drinks, I decided to go to Blue Bottle Coffee and have their matcha latte on top of all the tea that Nakamura Tokichi gives you before you order their Uchi store location exclusive Matcha Parfait, which in my opinion was one of the most well-crafted matcha desserts that I've ever had on this journey. When you order the store exclusive Matcha Parfait, the staff gives you a chart to explain the layers and what's served inside of this bamboo cup with a matcha dusted finish on top. Of course, with this being one of the best matcha dessert experiences that I've ever had, this is clearly going to be a 10 out of 10, but my only regret is not trying more of Nakamura Tokichi's products, considering how popular they are in Japan, but not so much in the US. Last but not least, the matcha tiramisu. I'm gonna be honest guys, I didn't have this within the 24 hours in Kyoto, but I actually tried this in Kobe, Japan, the city known for perhaps the best beef in the world, and I'll actually be talking about both of these in the future. But what did end up being the last matcha food within the 24-hour challenge was this amazing matcha wafer in Kyoto station on my way to the Shinkansen. In conclusion, if you guys ever go to the Kansai region of Japan, don't just visit the very touristy spots. When I was here, Uchi and Kyoto were almost begging more tourists to check out Uchi with their marketing posters on trains and stations. And I definitely understand why because of this experience. Although when you go here, please be respectful of the culture and not be out of control like you'll see other people in popular places of Kyoto.